Okay, today I was supposed to do a frant about climate change, keep the dialogue going. I'm just discontinuing the frant entirely. Still going to keep the other videos going, Ask America Anything and the India Connection. But instead of the frant, we're going to launch something new. I'm going to call it Creator's Corner. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I think it's going to be much more creative and constructive than the frant ever could be. In the frant, I said so many things. When I'm speaking off the top of my head, I miscommunicate. And for all those of you who say, you know, Flying Tank spent so much time writing this thing, and I'm sorry, dude. I mean, you spent a lot of time, you put a lot of work into that. Well, you know, I put a lot of time and a lot of work on this channel. I've tried to do odd jobs since I got back. I tried doing video editing. I tried working outside for a while. I'm teaching violin now. All of these have been short-term solutions to a long-term problem, which is, what in the world am I going to do now that I'm back from India? The India thing was my dream. I've been a bad entrepreneur, a bad editor. So, you know, you're looking at a professional failure. All right. So, and this is just a fact. I'm not trying to, this is not a pity party. It's just a fact. This is just where I am in my life. So I have to make some decisions. They have to be hard decisions. I'm sorry to bring you into one of the stupid parts of my mind. I thought that I might be able to be like Philip DeFranco and be like, maybe like a cross-cultural version of Philip DeFranco, commenting on the news and, you know, giving different perspectives, but I can't. My mind just is not capable of doing that. It's running in like 8,000 directions at one time. And so when I get to talking, next thing I know, I'm talking about something I didn't even mean to start talking about. And later on, when I listen to myself talk about it, I'm like, I don't really agree with even that, the way I put that. I'm sorry to open a can of worms and then not be able to close it. To Chris Boscurry, he brought up the point in the comments that, you know, look at America's energy consumption. It's just through the roof. It's ludicrous. Just the things that we consider needs that are not needs. Like every house I go into, including the house we're staying in right now with my parents, just excessive uses of air conditioner and heater. Ridiculous amounts of usage of water. There needs to be a better way of doing this stuff. I have a friend here locally making a whole development of green homes. And this has been something he's been passionate about for years. I'm sure he is a climate change believer. And if I haven't had a chance to talk to him, it would be kind of cool to talk to him and see what motivated his desire to do this. I want to do more like that. And I want to redirect the course of my life, actually be able to put my money where my mouth is. Right now, I have no money. So why run my mouth? So I'm sorry for running my mouth. I think our goals are the same. We want to see the world cleaner. We want to see the air cleaner. We want to see the rivers cleaner. I'm sorry to those in Mumbai and Delhi that I threw under the bus. I wasn't responding. I wasn't talking to you directly. There were specific commenters who were lecturing me from those places. I'm talking to specific commenters, but rather than calling them out by name, I said this blanket thing and kind of threw everyone under the bus. So I'm sorry for saying that. I just don't want to waste this time anymore. I just think there's other things that I have an ability to talk about. Ahmad Me Private Limited on the India Connection subreddit said, the word belief should not be used with climate change because it's clearly a scientific question, not a political one. I know you don't like this, but it's true. The opinions of people like you and me on climate change don't matter. So if they don't matter, then why are we having this conversation? And obviously my opinions don't matter because, you know, the video got less than 1,000 views and it was just horrible like to dislike ratio. So, you know, why do you want me commenting on the news? Like, I'm a bad news commentator. I'm a bad reaction channel. Like, that's not what I'm good at. So let's just focus on what I'm good at, shall we? What am I good at? I'm good at celebrating things about culture that a climate change skeptic and a climate change believer will probably agree that are good. But I need to be something more than just that, because that's not enough to support my family. So I've made a decision that I'm going to go into the thing that has made any of this possible, and that is computer science. I'm able to be an editor. I'm able to film stuff. This camera right here, Canon 60D, this is the backbone of this channel for 6 years. But you know, the real miracle is not actually the camera on this. It's what's on this little SD card right here. Some nerds have wrote a program called Magic Lantern just for free on the internet. These guys made a little tool that I can put on this SD card, put it in here, and when I turn it on, it accesses the code and it boots up this other operating system that gives the functionality that the geniuses at Canon with all their money couldn't do. This is just open source people doing what they love. And the best video that's been shot on this channel and the American Indian episodes and all that was made possible because of some guys on the internet. And I've realized so much of my frustrations in the last couple of years with industries, YouTube, the government, politics, business, so much of my frustrations have come from the fact that things just aren't working. They just aren't working efficiently. So I'm going back to the drawing board and starting over with my life. In order for these videos to continue, they need to be something that doesn't just sack all the energy out of me for a week. So I want to celebrate creativity. I don't want to just celebrate creativity in the arts and music and film. I'd like to start celebrating creativity like this. Creativity that makes it possible to create new mediums. Creativity on the math side, on the applied science side. I'm 36 years old. I feel like I'm too late, but I got to try something. This channel isn't going anywhere. I'm committed to building a better me. I want 2018 to be the best videos I've made in years. But in order to do that, it needs to be something that I'm passionate about and resonates with you, not triggers you. So killing the front today to make room for Creators Corner, which is something that I wanted to do for a long time. So it'll start off talking about music and art and film that's inspiring me. So I'm going to create a subreddit as well for that, a place to share ideas about that kind of stuff that's maybe not explicitly cross-cultural. The idea to move not just from the in-product art, but how the art is made. You know, not just talking about finished films, but ways to change the making of films. Creators Corner as a way to change the way we do art and music. So I think that's going to be a more constructive solution for this channel. You know, creative, cross-cultural, and constructive, those are our three things, right? Franting has never ended up being very constructive in the life of this channel or in my life in general. I've been a difficult person to live with for my wife and my family. And so I don't want to make it difficult on you anymore. I just need to find a way to channel this energy and desire to make the world a better place and something that's actually making something, not just talking about it. Going back to the drawing board to try to figure some of that out. Sorry again, especially the Flying Tank and Crispos Curry, who's put so much thought into your responses. I don't have answers for you. I shouldn't have started this. I shouldn't have franted at all. So I'm sorry for that. I'm not a very good critic, but I think I am a pretty good celebrator. So let's find the creative things that we can celebrate from America to India and beyond and share them together and try to find new ways to create new stuff. What I'd love this to turn from, instead of this has been more of a curation channel, right? Like, oh, I like this thing. I like this thing. I'd like to see this channel evolve in the next few years and my web presence in the next few years evolve from curation to collaboration and then finally creation, where it's not just me making a vlog or a video but you being able to use what I make in your own thing. Some people have been able to do that over time. Some of the music that I made for this channel, people have used in their own videos. But I'd like to see it even more than that. You know, a kind of open source enclave where people can make new things and just grow new things. Kind of like Magic Lantern. I mean, that's the kind of creativity and constructive way that I feel like can help the world in the long run. Now, is that going to end pollution tomorrow? No, but I think in the process of trying to think collaboratively, you can solve problems in a way that competitive centralization does not allow. So thank you for sticking with this channel. Next Friday, Creators Corner, I'm going to talk about Twin Peaks. Just finished up Twin Peaks: The Return, and I was ready to write the show off. I was annoyed with the last episode, and then I found this one video on YouTube that just totally rocked my world. There's a song from the Veils called Axolotl. They performed it in one of the episodes of Twin Peaks. I've been listening to it on repeat for the last couple days. I can't get the song out of my head, and I can't get the imagery out of my head from the season. I think it's epoch-shaking stuff. I think it's actually, and that's the kind of creativity that excites me. The creativity that can get a person over a barrier, to overcome an obstacle in science or in technology or in conservation, stewardship of this planet, that they might not have gotten to another way. I feel like art can inform that kind of sea change. That's what I want to do with this channel. I want to make something new, not just talk about debates. I'm sorry for the dead-end rhetoric. Hey, stop that. What are you doing? Hey. Don't go out. Ripping up our chair. Regular scheduled Ask America Anything on Monday. Put your questions in the India Connection subreddit. On Wednesday, the India Connection. And then Friday, we'll have the first Creators Corner. Until next time, keep it creative, keep it cross-cultural, and keep it constructive, YouTube. Thank you very much.